To you too. Yeah.
If we have not met, my name is I'm the spiritual director at ALTHEA Center. Welcome, welcome. If you are here for the first time, we welcome you with open arms and embrace you. We hope that you feel the warmth and love and flow of this community of awesome spiritual change makers. So welcome out. First of all, I can hear it already. Let's turn off our cell phones. I lovingly invite you to listen for a higher call. You can check it after, I promise you. It'll be there. All right. Next, I'd like to let you know we have lots of opportunities to volunteer at ALTHEA. Lots of volunteers and staff put this amazing service on every single week. So as it calls to you to participate, you'll see lots of folks here today doing lots of cool different things. And if you're like, I can do that, or I want to do that, or I have this gift, great. We want to hear about it. Definitely contact our volunteer coordinator, Sarma. She has a 411 for you. Next, masks. We are a mask recommended community, so it does call for you to wear a mask. We do really appreciate that. Many of my friends have just gotten COVID this week. The new wave is here. So just a loving invitation to protect one another and yourself, most importantly. Lastly, what we love to do every single week is start off with a land acknowledgement here at ALTHEA. We really, really value the sacred space that we have here, and we really value the historical context much larger than just these beautiful 100 years that we've been here. So I lovingly invite us just for a moment to close your eyes, to center your being, and to acknowledge the Arapaho, the Cheyenne, and the Ute nations who called this land their home. It was taken from them, and we just want to own that in this moment. We want to recognize that and alchemize that awareness and do better going forward. Their lives matter, their legacy matters just as ours. Thank you. Thank you. It's so good we start with intention. Speaking of intention, we always love to start with a prayer. So I'm going to invite Alice Brigg up to do our prayer today. I also want to let you know we have Sidney Shaw here doing some music. Yes. Yes, Bruce Cranack is going to be our reader today. We have Louise and Leela, and they're going to do Face of God and State Their Being. So just take a deep breath, center in your soul, and enjoy.
Just invite you to close your eyes and head toward that deep well within. Mother, Father, God, creator of all that is in this present moment, thank you for that connection to the life and vitality that you are. As we go within, let's imagine that we go exploring into that vast, vast space within. That part of us that's real, that's alive, that is now. Let's take a moment to consider that we're much more like the shoots of green and the buds and the flowers and the birds and the grass beneath our feet than we are like the buildings and the cars and the things that take our attention. Let's imagine now that we are getting so much help and aid every moment. Our world is so divinely and perfectly made that we get renewed and refreshed by every bird song, by every beautiful color, by every breeze. It takes us back to our center, to our natural being, to our true nature of what we are. So it's with gratitude and appreciation that we greet this day, we greet this lesson today. We appreciate the beautiful history from all cultures that meet together in us today. And we feel empowered to do with it what we will, knowing that we are exactly perfectly formed to do the work that's called upon for today. In the name of the living Christ, and with respect and honor for all that came before, so it is.
Good morning, Althea. Please join me in the Althea statement of being and stand as we are able. God is all, both invisible and visible. One presence, one mind, one power is all. This one that is all is perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. We are individualized expressions of God and are ever one with this perfect life, perfect love, and perfect substance. Please join me in singing the face of God. I hold you in my heart.
wonderful place. Ernest Holmes wrote, this thing called you. It is wonderful to know that your good is at hand. Your night wanes. Your dawn is breaking. There is a living spirit at the center of your being. The original author of life is in and around you, not a God who was, but a God who is. This is the great secret which you share with life. Life is wherever you are. It revolves around you even as it flows through you. Keep this doorway of your mind open, feeling, thinking, communing with life. Know that it fills you with light and power. Timothy Speed Levitt from the movie Waking Life. Life is a matter of a miracle that is collected over time by moments, flabbergasted to be in each other's presence. And from Aaron Chatters, traveling through life with curiosity rather than judgment is how one finds the magic in each moment.
Good morning, I'm here. Thanks for having me. And just a reminder to be true to yourself, no matter what.
Call me selfish.
much, Sidney. Can we give another round of applause? Are you feeling true to yourself today? You are. Good. I'm grateful. So am I. You gotta do it, right? You gotta be it, and if you wanna see it, right? You gotta mirror it back to the universe. You can't just expect it to happen. You gotta own it in yourself. I've been having a hard time with that though a little bit lately. I don't know about you. This world is a little messy. I want to do a little quick check-in and see, like, thumbs up, thumbs down, thumbs middle. How are y'all doing out there? Pretty good? A little in between? Okay, I'm not seeing many thumbs down, so that's good. So it sounds like your rituals and your spiritual principles are really grounding you. That's really wonderful. I am here to share a little bit about meaning making and also brace you a little bit for the eclipses that we're in. We're in eclipse season. If you don't know what happened yesterday, it started yesterday with a solar eclipse in Taurus. And we are going from April 30th to May 15th. We're going to have a lunar eclipse in Scorpio. So gear up for that. And that's why I'm here. Because change and different things happening in the universe doesn't have to be daunting if we welcome Spirit in, if we use our rituals, and if we ground ourselves in the meaning and the magic of Spirit. It doesn't have to be this thing away from us or outside of us. We actually don't have to survive eclipse season. We can thrive and rock it out. And when everyone else is freaking out, we can breathe and center within and find meaning. And so I know people often hear astrology and we kind of freak out. Like, oh gosh, what does that mean? And also, yes, as if the eclipses aren't even hard enough, Mercury retrograde is going to happen in a couple weeks as well. So get ready for that on May 10th. But these things have things to teach us, right? So this first eclipse kind of starts to disrupt. But it's in Taurus, so it's going to teach us how to root and be material and remember our purpose. The second one, it's going to really rock us. But we know it's just like a wave. We don't have to just stand there and take it. Have you ever been like that in the water? You can roll with it, right? I had this awareness this past week. There's so much time in life that we just root as the waves are passing us by. And what if we just laid back and floated? Do y'all remember on the very first sermon I gave of the year, January 2nd, what was the word of the year? Anyone remember? Huh? Flow. And let's do change too. Yes, flow. So I invite you in this very interesting time of change to flow with it and to not fight what's happening astrologically. Literally, this Scorpio lunar eclipse is going to feel like an exfoliation. So it's a little crunchy, right? But in the end, your skin will be real soft. It'll be worth it, right? Everyone loves a good face mask. So that's what it will feel like afterwards. Not the best in the moment, but really wonderful after. And what's important is that we don't judge what's coming up right now. In the next 2 weeks, just watch it go by. We don't want to control or hunker or hang on to outside factors, right? Because we have our peace within. And that is why I wanted to talk with you today about meaning making. Because it is the core of what works for me. And I think every human. That is it. That it literally is the core of a good life, a zesty life, but also resilience in these times of a lot of uncertainty. How do we flow? How do we move through this moment? By making meaning. I'm not saying receive it. I'm not saying be passive, right? Here at ALTHEA, we know that we are co-creators with the divine. So we are co-activating what is coming our way and how we receive it. This is not by accident. We need to really embrace and really relish this moment in life. So if you're thumbs up, great. If you're thumbs middle, let's hope it goes a little like that. But the goal is not to be great all the time. The goal is to be whole. So flow you don't start cracking. Let's be eating. As we go through this eclipse season, a lot will change, but how we get through it matters, right? How we become purposeful meaning makers, not passive meaning makers. So this is a tool, basically. You can choose to use it or not. I use it every day, and honestly, it is my job to do so. I truly believe any minister, chaplain, spiritual director, our job is literally a meaning maker, not only in our own lives, but for all of you. That is my job. Life might happen, and you come in these doors, and my job is to say, hey, there could be meaning in this. It doesn't just happen to us, it happens through us, and maybe even for us. So we get a chance to work on that today. I don't believe in me being a guru, having all the answers. You are your own way shower. You are the leader of your life. So it's not up for me to dictate where things are going for you, right? We're co-creators if we use that spirit. So we often hear about manifesting things, right? Like a car, or a job, or a lover, whatever it is, right? Have you ever talked about manifesting meaning? What does that mean to be a manifester of meaning? A cultivator of sacredness? Who here has thought about that before? Good. I hope that's what brought you in here, right? So you didn't just want to be passive, you wanted to make even more meaning in your life. Make these moments special and not let them pass you by. This is not a coping mechanism. This is actually healing energy. I think a lot of folks think of resilience practices as just stuff to take over a moment and survive. And okay, I have meaning, or I found the lesson, or whatever it is. I'm good now. That's not what this is. This is healing from the root. This is alignment from the core. This is inviting spirit in and watching the miracle happen. So, once we make meaning, we can actually heal. This is not a passive thing, as I said. Many therapists now are shifting, and if you haven't read the new Oprah book, who here has read it? She writes it with a therapist. Okay. It's phenomenal. Definitely read it. If you're a parent, definitely read it. But it really talks about how therapy right now is shifting from a model of what is wrong with you to what happened to you. Because if we can learn the history, if we can learn some of the details, then we can make meaning out of it. It's not about fixing, it's about manifesting the meaning. I pray that you here today, if nothing else. I'm not here to fix you. I hope you're not here to fix you. You don't need fixing. You are a manifester of meaning, if you so choose. So, what if you shifted your own paradigm today from a fixing paradigm to a what happened? What would change in your life today, right now? Instead of this equation that you had to figure out, this goal that had to happen, we often think of manifestation as so particular, but often in our prayers, right, we pray for the highest and best. The highest and best doesn't mean smooth sailing all the time. The highest and best sometimes doesn't mean staying in that job or staying in that relationship, right? But we give it up and we make meaning out of those moments so that we're not in that sea, very confused, in a sea of yes, this is the flow. Yes, I like this. Let's rock this out. You're a co-creator with the divine, right? We're not alone in this. We're not separate from this. Whatever you're going through in your life, you're not separate from it. So we're not here to make sense of things. We're not making things okay. Just want to acknowledge that too, from a trauma-informed standpoint. If you are really navigating trauma or something serious in your life, this is not about painting over something or glossing over something. This is about making meaning through it, as it, because of it. gut thing that happens, right? There have been so many moments in our life when we think, oh, we don't actually think it. It's a feeling. And when we go left, we could have gone right. Because we listened to our gut. You also know what it's like to not listen, right? To go on that date when we should not have done, to sign up for that class when we did not need to learn those lessons exactly. Right? To even go down a certain road. I knew I should have done this, and now I'm in traffic, and okay, I guess I'm meant to sit here. Interesting. Sometimes we think it's a shortcut or the right cut, and it's not. Because we need to listen and to make meaning with God and not separate from, but co-creating that. So we often think we need to respond to life in the right way. Is anyone else guilty of this? Is this just me? Okay, I see one person. No one, two. Okay, some really brave, vulnerable people. Okay. There's no right way, though, right? At the end of the day, how many horrible, awkward decisions, weird things happen in your life that would have never happened? I would have never met my soulmate had I done a lot of interesting things. Had I taken a lot of left turns. Had there been a global pandemic. There's no way. I needed everything to get out of the way so I could see him. What are we not seeing? Because you want the right way instead of the meaningful way. What is that? What is that for you? You know it in your heart right now. I invite you to come back to our bodies. And we think so much in our heads that we've got it all figured out, but meaning making is actually not really logical. Aren't there things in your life like my favorite t-shirt, or I have to use this whisk every time I make eggs in the morning, or whatever the thing is for you? Like, this trail is my favorite trail. It doesn't make sense to anyone else, but I love it. Whatever that is for you, you have made meaning. Sometimes weird things, right? We have things in our life, like little knickknacks and sacred things to ourselves. They have meaning to us. And if you don't have that, tap into your childlike energy, because there's no one who knows the power and magic of everyday random objects more than children. My house is littered with things of like rocks and a pine cone and one like rip of a paper one time meant something. Go back to that moment as a kid, right? When everything had meaning. You looked at a tree. This is the best tree in the whole world. It will take you to outer space and beyond. You know it. The magic that can be found in the meaning. That's a crucial component. It's very simple to focus on where the magic is. It doesn't actually have to be complicated. Just like a kid does it, I encourage you to do that too. For yourself and others. In seminary, I was trained on how to create ritual and meaning for groups of people. But you'll walk through here so you know a little bit more, right? You know how to do it for yourselves. I invite you to do it for your families, for your friends, for your co-workers, for your neighbors. How can you make meaning for someone else? How can you escalate or elevate, I should say, their meaning making as well? That's where our activism comes in. It's just a conversation sometimes. It's just noticing secret things about someone. This guy takes us up. It's okay. I have some really awesome slides today, especially, but that's okay. I appreciate you. It's okay if it doesn't work, right? Because this is the meaning. Because this is the core. And now you have a meaning, right? Now you have connected a lot of things about this moment. And now it's cemented you in a different way. It doesn't have to be out of the box. It can be very simple and still very profound. So I invite you to do something simple today, to be open and receiving of these miracles, of these meanings everywhere that we can co-create. Bruce talked about Beltane. I will be doing a Beltane ritual in the deep dive so if that calls to you, just bring it. Today is about Earth, right? We're fully in the spring. I know we talked about it on Easter, but if you've seen the trees out front, they're actually here now, but they're actually much more alive than they were just a few weeks ago. Even just a couple days ago, they looked very different. They go from nothing to a bud, to a flower, transforming into a leaf. It is really important to pay attention to each part of that process, right? Because that's where the meaning is, in the tiny things, in the co-creation of it. So things that I like to do to create meaning, let's think about your own. I like to take a walk, very simple walk, even if it's literally right outside my house, just getting it into a different space. A foot rub. We do not touch our feet enough. We do not love on them enough. We do not massage our own bodies enough to have that tangibility. Journaling, huge. If you want to know how to make meaning and how to mile mark in your life, journaling is the most important thing I would suggest today. How it shows up for me is somewhat like when I'm feeling good about myself, a form of self-love is journaling. I can tell when I haven't journaled in a while that I'm creating too much busyness. I'm distracting myself, and it is actually a form of self-harm. So I invite you to journal to make meaning, to make these connections, and to co-create them, and not just to passively receive them, but actively co-create with the divine. Lastly, to meditate. It's an oldie but a goodie, right? To make space. What are you going to do today to make meaning? What is one single, simple step that you can make? Do you have it? What is one thing that you can do today to make meaning? All right, you guys are very quiet today, so I'm going to lovingly invite you to talk with a neighbor, or maybe someone you have not talked to yet, and tell them what you're going to do today to make meaning in your life. I'll give you about 30 seconds. Go for it. You can get it out. That's good. To manifest meaning in your life. You are doing that today. And you probably have to know someone new, right? It's a win-win. You will not find this wisdom outside of yourself. You can talk about it with other people, you can make time for it, but the meaning-making part happens within you. No one can gift you meaning. You can watch the same movie as another person, read the same book, have the exact same experience as the person next to you. It will not happen. You have to decide in your own heart. The way you see the world is what changes it. You are the one who connects the dots. God works through you and with you to see those lines. Okay? There's nothing outside of yourself. It's just within you. You know how and where to find any missing ingredient for meaning in your life. If you are looking for it, you have it within you. There's no other key to it outside of you. One of the most magical ways that I think we've all experienced meaning is with the passing of a loved one. And what happens after they connection that we feel from the beyond, right? The guidance, the messages, the magic, you feel like it's just sent for you. I know when I see butterflies, that means something. I know when I see a swallow, that means a different thing. And I want to share with you a story that has impacted me as of late, and it is connected to this community. So in late December, a beloved prayer partner of ours, Lori Lucero, transitioned. It has been very hard for several people in this community to grieve, to walk through this. It's been a lot, and rightfully so. She was an amazing human here, creating a legacy that has lasted long after she's gone. And I have loved hearing the stories of Lori's life. So I have many that I hold dear in my heart, but I wanted to share with you one that I spoke to Lori's, one of her best friends and the executive of her estate, Jenny Unack. So some of you might know Jenny, she's come here before. She is a person that is open to hearing and receiving signs from Lori in particular. So I wanted to share with you some of the meaning making that she did very effortlessly because she was open to it. She saw it and she helped create it. So back when Lori was alive, she had this crazy idea to apply for American Ninja Warrior. Yeah. If you've ever seen this show, it's my kid's favorite show because my kid always thinks that they're a ninja. And I support that entirely. So we watch a lot of American Ninja Warrior, something I could never do. Can't even get past the first one. If you haven't seen it, it's like a gauntlet of things. They run, they jump, they scale walls. It's crazy. It's like gravity doesn't exist for these people. So I was amazed even when Jenny told me that. So she's already a badass. Check. We got that part. Lori encouraged her to do this though. This was a crazy dream. She was like, I don't know how to do this. She's like, make a video, submit it, you got this, go for it. She said, okay, I'll do it. And then Lori passed. And a few months ago, she got a call from an unknown number that no one answered. We do not answer unknown numbers. And the last name of this person was Lori. Spelled the exact same way as Lori Lucero. She just had to answer the call. It was a producer from American Ninja Warrior, yes, who said, you've been chosen. We're going to fly you down to San Antonio. We're going to pay for all your food and your lodging, invite friends here, whatever, and come compete. She could not believe it. And she answered it right because it was Lori. One of the ways that she connected with Lori was the number 11 and 111. And so she started, and I show you these pictures because she sent them to me, that once she got to San Antonio, Lori was everywhere. So she goes into the store, it's 111. The bid number that she has for her entire race, 111. The check that she got, 111. The hotel room, 111. Come on, right? Okay, Lori, here, right? So she tells me the story. You can see these connections, right? She's open. She's hearing Lori. She's like, okay, I guess I'm on the right path. Lori manifested a lot of this with me from the other side. If you're open, if you're looking, it's there, right? So last night, late, finished the sermon, hear all about Lori, make this awesome slideshow. I'm about to crawl into bed, and I check my phone one last time. What time is it? 1:11. So now I'm paying attention, right? So someone I've never even met that I've heard a bunch of amazing stories about, I get to be connected to her too. You all can do it. So now I wonder who will find 111s, who will find the word glory in different places. How will that meaning speak to you from beyond? It's just this one story, but I know that we all have them. We have all survived grief and loss by literally becoming meaning makers. It's how we get through things we would never walk through some of the stuff that we have endured. No way. Yes, sign me up for that breakup. Yes, for death. Yes, whatever it is. It's very, very hard. Meaning making is literally how we transmute and alchemize the trauma in our bodies, in our minds, in our souls, in our beingness on the planet. It is your ticket to healing. Take it. It's in you. In the beginning, Bruce quoted from Aaron Shatters, "Traveling through life with curiosity rather than judgment is how one finds the magic in each moment." And Jenny knew that. She was open, she was curious. That was a crazy leap. She did it anyway, because she was open to receiving it, to knowing that it was part of her possibility. And tangibly, Lori showed up, because she could see it. So meaning is literally everywhere, if we make it. This altar, it's just a table, right? It's a very simple thing. And yet, our wonderful board member, Barbara Vale, creates this altar for us every single week. It's a small, profound thing that changes the energy in this space. We make meaning out of something that brings us magic. A little mystical, a little intriguing. It's different every time, and yet it's similar, right? It's a constant, and it allows us to connect. I love this altar. It's one of the first things I learned about ALTHEA, and the first conversations I ever had with you, Barbara, was about the altar. So I invite Barbara to come share a little bit about it right now, so that we can connect a little bit more to the meaning in this space.
Hello. So there are several things about the altar. It's kind of evolved over the years. We haven't had it all that long, maybe 5 years or something like that, I don't know. And it has a lot of Native American influence. In some ways, it's the same every week. I put out the 4 elements, the little cup things on each corner. It's earth, air, fire, and water. And then somehow or other we've collected things that I put out also, and I put some things that are more earth-oriented, come from the earth. There's a bracelet and that has different stones, so that's by the earth. And there's a cross-section of I think of it as some kind of snail or something. Anyway, I think it comes from the seas. Anyway, I put it by the water. And the crystal, a long crystal of light and heat and fire go pretty much together. And there's a feather in the air. It also has the leftover bits of the sage when it's burned, it leaves a residue. That's actually in there too. So those are kind of air. And then there's a rock that Sonia Chapman, who's David Chapman's wife, used to do this with me. And she brought that, and it looks like a buffalo. It's kind of her totem. I don't know if you can kind of see it. I try to put the big rose quartz there so that it's shaped. You can see the shape of the buffalo there. And there are hearts. We've collected these things, but we don't really, it's a small table. We don't really need any more things. The cloth underneath, Sonia made those. I think of it as the universe, the purple one as the universe, or the multiverse. And then the green land and the blue sky for the next level. And then the red is kind of like the heart, and there's a heart there. So those are the kinds of things that I've made meaning of with the things that I put there. This also is an interactive altar if you'd like to make it so. But I really encourage you, if you put something there, and I encourage you to do that, bring something. If you want to have a little extra blessing for that day, you could bring something and put it on the altar, just wherever you want, or whatever little corner, whatever calls to you. But please take it back, because I don't have any more room to put all those things on there. But that's a little bit of
So much more. It's important to know all the meaning around us, right? Small and simple is profound. It transforms the space. If we let it, if we see it, right? You gotta be aware of it. I am aware of the blessings in this community right now. And I would love it if we would share them together, our offering. This is our chance to visualize our giving. There is a QR code on the back of your program. It will take you to our website. You can jump in there. Do a tip jar like that. And we also really thank our monthly donors for sure. We cannot do this without you. So please take your gift or tithe in your hand. And let's affirm together. The universe provides all that I need and all that I give. With great joy, I share my prosperity, planting seeds for a world I am helping manifest. And so it is. Amen. So I bless this money. I bless this prosperity. I know that it is used for the good of this community, of this building, of this land, of this world. That this goes to the betterment of who we are, seed planting for the future. With deep gratitude and awareness of this abundance and gratitude for each person here, I say thank you. And so it is. All right, now I invite Sidney Shaw back up here to grace us with another song.
Look in ALTHEA. Happy to be back. And this song, just remember you are enough. And what else clings out for you? It's a decision you make. That's what this song's about. All of the lies I believed got the better of me. Never thought there could be so much doubt. All the blame and the hate, the self-hurt and the heartbreak, a fist that kept holding me down. I was my own worst enemy. I found my way through it all. Finally I see I'm enough, just as I and say, I'm gonna remind myself every day I'm enough, just as I am. We're riding home anywhere that I stand. Hold out my heart in the palm of my hand, and I live my life like nobody else can. I am enough. Oh, I used to look in that mirror and see all that fear I could see all that fear in my eyes. Then I saw it get clearer, like the blue in the sky. After that storm rolls through, the sun will shine down on you. I am enough, just as I am. Feel right home anywhere that I stand. Hold out my heart in the palm of my hand, and I live my life like nobody else can. I am enough. Sing it again. I am enough. All of those lies I believed got the better of me. Never thought there could be so much doubt.
I don't know about you, but I need to hear that. I love when song gets to be meaning as well. You were turned on the radio and just the perfect song. That's how I feel right now. So thank you so much. If you are new here, we're going to extend a special welcome to you at this moment. Any new folks that want to be acknowledged, feel free to stand up. We'd love to welcome you into our community with song, with rejoicing. No, that's so weird. You should have it like several, so that's cool. All right, thanks all for coming back. Who's here for the second time? Third time. Love it. That's the real deal. Very cool. All right, well, feel free to bring your loved ones, your neighbors, your friends, anytime. They're welcome, obviously. And now we're going to move into our prayers of the people ritual that we do. So if there's something on your heart, if there's something that you're navigating, whether it be something tough or hard, or something really beautiful that you want to share with us, or something you like affirmation with, feel free to raise your hand, and one of our ushers will come to the mic ready for you. And we just love to hear what's going on in our community, what's coming up for all of you.
Just one prayer for my friend's mom, got COVID last week, and had to go to the hospital for her. And so I haven't gotten an update recently, but I just pray that she's doing well, that she'll heal. That's all.
Thank you.
What's the friend's name?
Yeah.
What's the friend's name?
What is your friend's name or the mother's name?
Zach.
Zach.
COVID is still out there, even though we wish it isn't. So we lift up a lot of folks, including Zach's mom, as we navigate this.
Hi, John. Hi, everyone. I would like to pray for ALTHEA, everyone here, for healing, for hope, for surrendering to the process of what's happening here. Even though it seems overwhelming maybe at times. And mainly because we need each other. We need each other.
engaged, so over Easter we kind of celebrated that. And the wedding is in August, and so I will get to see more of my family. A sister that I don't get to see very often because she's out of town. So looking forward to that. And then just an update for those of you who haven't heard, perhaps, at least this was as of the other day. Barbara Test was moved to another facility, and her spirits are good, from what I understand. So just so you know, good things.
Thank you, Carrie. You certainly affirm a lot of, we certainly affirm good spirits here.
I was being her good mother, so thanks for reminding me. My daughter got engaged this week. I was overjoyed.
I am Tracy. I asked last week or the week before to pray for my dad. My mom just passed away, and I was there with his dad. So it was good. He's sad now. They've been together forever and never been by himself without her. So I'm going out there next weekend with my daughter to celebrate Mother's Day. Celebration of life, so I can have everyone's good wishes for me next weekend. That'd be great.
So, big trials and high spirits.
I have a dear friend, Lisa, who is walking the Camino de Santiago solo, and just good wishes for her finding meaning on her trek.
Who has a dream of walking in Santiago? Right? It's never too late, and I love that you, not only for her safety and just spiritual growth, but also the meaning along the way. There's a reason why people do it, right? Pilgrimage that we go on.
Thank you. I ask for positive and wholeness to occur with the high school of theology and people, and that their relationship builds over the years and transmutes and transforms what meaning has in the experience of life.
Amen.
Yes, we pray for that too. We all need to get better at our relationships with the original caretakers of the land. And so we wish I was well on that journey. If you've not heard about it, maybe we can chat or teach out about it. But also, we continue to pray. It's important that we walk our talk right with integrity. All right. So we said a lot of our prayers for people, and the one I actually didn't hear that I've heard for like 6 weeks in a row, I would say, is Ukraine. And so I know that that's still in our hearts, and I'm going to invite Alice right up here to go deeper in, with our prayers and our walking prayers for Ukraine.
Thank you so much. So I got intrigued with labyrinths some time ago, and I was really trying to think of when was the first instance, but one pivotal one was my dear friend Marge Cox in Kansas City had passed away, and she was this exceptional, amazing woman that I got her law degree at 83, and she just loved Marge so much. And I went to her estate sale, and as I was going through her awesome library with bookshelves on every wall and everything, I can't remember now, so I'll be truthful. I can't remember if it looked like. I'd love to say like it flew out into my hand and over to the page, but it literally was pushed out very distinctly, at least. I don't think it fell out, I can't remember. So, to be truthful, it stood out to me, but it was a book that I already had, and it was about labyrinths. But I thought, you know what, I'm listening, Marge, I'm listening. So I kind of started on a journey where I can't keep anything in. If I learn something, I want to make a workshop. It's just my nature. I love it. So I just want to share it. So I started doing these workshops around labyrinth, and then these labyrinths started finding me, literally all over the world. I can be hiking somewhere, boom, there's the labyrinth. I can, just go into a random church somewhere in the world and notice that on the floor, there's a ladder covered by the chairs. It's just a thing. So, much like our beautiful Merkabah that's in our lovely, what do I want to say? No, it's right here. We look at it every day. This is the many petaled lotus. This is the Merkabah. So it could symbolize the tree of life, it could symbolize so many things, but it has great power when we engage. And so when we engage with the labyrinth, a labyrinth is just a pretty design. But when we make the choice to mix up our human energy with the energy of this pattern, things happen. So one of the interesting things that happen is that if there's water anywhere near, there's anybody, you guys are dowsing this, what am I talking to? So dowsing with the sticks, to find water. In the old days, in England, they knew that if they put a labyrinth somewhere and it got used, it couldn't just sit there as a pretty piece of art. It got used by humans, then the huge water dome that the dowsers would want to find to know where the most powerful water springs up from the core of the earth, the deep water table where the most pressure is, it would move to go underneath the labyrinth. And the power was so strong, they couldn't tap in there. They knew there would be 5 tributaries that came out from that very powerful source, and that's where they would put the wells. How cool is that? So, labyrinths have been used for millennia to center. A labyrinth is not a maze. There's a way in and there's a way out. This one is rife with, this is exactly the one that's on the floor in the church in France, in Château, where the rose window that's behind the wall can be placed exactly on it and it fits perfectly. So this is rife with divine feminine symbolism. You might notice it in the name, the labyrinth. Around the exterior, the perimeter of the labyrinth are the little illuminations that are symbols of the moon. There are 28 in each of the 4 sections. The cycles of the moon, the woman's cycle. So there's just this rich, beautiful symbolism. And when we walk and interact with this, we can use it however we want. It can be the symbol of going with the pathway in is going within. The center is the rose, which is also a divine feminine symbol, a symbol of Mary. So we stay in there as long as we want. That's a symbol of going into our core, center of mind, center of being. And then when we come out, it's usually the renewal. So going in is shedding, releasing. Coming out is renewal, embracing, in a nutshell. So I got tired of just wringing my hands about the Ukraine situation and really, getting very emotionally sidelined. And so I'm like, what can I do? What can I do? Okay, I want to focus on the atrocity and the devastation and the tragedy. I want to focus on what can we do? What we can do and what we are fully equipped to do is send our energy there. And so I'd like to use the labyrinth as a touchstone and a focal point to build the peace within us and shoot that peace over there as the mighty force that is. And we can all do that. It doesn't matter what your history is or what you've done before, you have the power to choose peace. And you have the power to send that peace in a mighty way. So that's what we're doing. So next Sunday, sorry, really went longer than I meant to go. Sorry, I really did. So 2 o'clock at Unity on the Avenue over on 17th Street. They graciously let us use their gorgeous room. It's going to be the 7th from 2 to, I'd say 90 minutes-ish. It depends on how many people come. I'm going to invite some people. You are welcome to invite people. We've got these flyers in the back of the room on the table, and then as you check in to eat, I'm quit now because I can go on. Thank you very much.
Thanks, Alice. I want to also mention that you can submit a prayer request online, so you can also do the walking of the labyrinth and online as well at ALTHEA. A couple announcements, and then we'll wrap up our Enforcing Our Community Zone. The prayer part of the day is Rick Kinsman. So if you would like affirmative prayer one-on-one after the service, go ahead, right in there to the library and Rick Kinsman will bless you. Click his awesome prayers. He is a really, really good at learning prayer. Lastly, Jason, our beloved AV guru, who also fixed everything today for us, needs help. So if you feel called to come on some Sundays, it doesn't have to be every Sunday, but if you would like to assist Jason and maybe help out in times when he takes a rest, which we encourage him to do, let me know, and let Sarma know. You wave your hand, Sarma in the back. Sarma is our volunteer coordinator, so if you were feeling like you could do anything of what you saw on the stage or more, maybe with a different gift that we don't even know, please contact Sarma. We would love to embrace your gifts and share them with our community here. Afterwards, we're going to have a deep dive. Let's see what time it is. At about 12:10, 12:15, we'll start the deep dive. We are doing a deep dive today, partly on meaning and partly a Beltane ritual. So if you are wondering, what is Beltane? What is this holy holiday, also known as May Day for some folks? Come check us out. Come enjoy. Ritual is amazing and always is healing. So we'll also be in the library starting at about 12:15. Right after this, though, we have a lunch in the dining hall. So that calls to you. Definitely enjoy it. I don't know if you're smelling it already or not. And there's a little bit of a surprise for me making fair coming to the tables. So get excited for that. Lastly, let's pray. And then Sid will lead us in our closing songs. Let's just root for a moment in our body and know that we are blessed. Know that we are meaning makers, we are co-creators with the divine. That we are enough, that we are true to ourselves this week, that we move forth in the world the power, the presence, and the remembrance of who we are and how magical every single moment can and is. With so much gratitude, I release this word into the law, knowing that it's all done, it is all divine, it is all taken care of. We are aligned, we are connected, and we are sourced. And so it is. Amen. All right, Sidney, come grace us with our closing song. Thank you all.
All right, Althea, you guys want to sing with me? Yeah. It's one of those songs that like heard your whole life, and then I actually learned the words last night, and was like, the song is so sacred. I'm so excited to sing it with you guys. Here comes the sun, doo-doo-doo. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright. Little darling, it's been a long, cold, lonely winter. Little darling, it feels like years since it's been here. Here comes the sun. Here comes the sun, and I say, it's alright. Little darling, the smiles returning to their faces. Little darling, it seems like
Thank you.